A very warm welcome to you all as I continue my celebration of 40 years of overland and remote travel. This one is a cracker, but it deserves a bit of a backstory. Those of you who have been close to the channel for a decade or more will probably have seen this one. Those of you who like Land Rovers and particularly like Land Rover Discovery are gonna love this one. It's 2024. That means 40 years that I've been exploring the world's most remote places in four-wheel drives in association with the Overland workshop. To cut a long story short, I had been blacklisted from Land Rover South Africa because I had been honest about Discovery 2, saying that it wasn't nearly as good as Discovery 1 because they had taken out the center differential and now relied on a traction control system which really did not work well at all for traction. So often the vehicle would just spin one wheel hopelessly, and the Discovery 1, which is a very, very effective off-roader, became a street car in the form of Discovery 2. And not even a very good street car at that. And then, of course, Discovery 2 later on put that center locker back and we were back to normal. And so I reported that, and Land Rover South Africa hated me for it, hence the blacklist. Discovery 3, no word from them at all. Discovery 4, and Land Rover South Africa invited a new marketing manager by the name of Roland Reed. Roland Reed was a breath of fresh air, and he called me up and he said, "Andrew, what would you do if I gave you a Discovery 4 for a year?" I went, "Oh, okay, wow, what a lovely idea." And I went to see them in Johannesburg, and I remember walking into their boardroom and all of these familiar faces filled the boardroom. Many of those faces still work there today. And they looked at me with hatred. That's maybe a bit, that's a harsh word. Distrust is probably the most accurate way to describe the way they felt about me. Roland, however, had more confidence in his product than all of those people combined. He said, "What would you do?" I said, "I would drive it on Baboons Pass." Baboons Pass is a track in Lesotho, very mountainous, very, very hilly, and very, very challenging. And Baboons Pass is one of the toughest passes in Lesotho. Vehicles that normally travel that pass, typically Defenders with 33-inch wheels, likewise Land Cruisers, heavy-duty off-road four-wheel drive vehicles. And I said I wanted to prove or disprove how good an SUV can be off-road. Now, I had no idea if it was going to succeed or not, and nor did he, but he had faith. I could see the other people in the room kind of looking at him and going, but he was the boss, and he ignored them. He didn't last long at Land Rover South Africa. I have a feeling he was out by within a year or so. I don't remember. But anyway, didn't last long. That doesn't surprise me. And he said, "What happens if you fail?" Well, my reaction was, "Well, then, what would you like to do?" He said, "I will send some people from Land Rover experience to prove that it can be done." And I said, "Fantastic. Not only that, I'll go with them and film them succeeding." All right. And he smiled on the idea, and they gave me a vehicle. But here was the challenge. Discovery 4 is a wonderfully versatile vehicle. It's not really suited for Baboons Pass, mainly because it has 20-inch rims. Therefore, to protect the sidewall of the tire, I had to pump them up and make them hard, not let them down to increase surface area and increase grip and traction, because if I did that, the tire would bulge, it would become vulnerable, and the trip would fail because of damage to the tires, not the ability or inability of the vehicle to drive the pass. This was the conundrum. And what I'm going to present to you now was episodes 5 and 6 of my television series that ran in South Africa for 9 years. This was season 3, and it was broadcast in 2012. What I see in front of me here is the mountain kingdom of Lesotho. I'm about to go into the country. And what you see in front of me here is a Land Rover Discovery 4. And what I have inside me here is a whole ball of tension. Because what I'm going to do today is I'm going to drive South Africa's most difficult public road. And I'm going to do it in a stock standard luxury 4x4. You better wish me luck. The toughest, roughest, most difficult public road in all of southern Africa is reckoned to be this one. It's called Baboons Pass, and it's in the high hills of Lesotho. I'm about to find out why it's reckoned to be the toughest, why it's called baboons, since there are virtually no baboons left in Lesotho at all, and if this luxury 4x4, designed primarily for town and country dwellers, can live up to the claims made by its manufacturer. You see, the Land Rover Discovery 4 isn't like so many four-wheel drives seen on the roads today. It's wrong to compare the Discovery 4 with vehicles like the BMW X5 or Audi Q7. This is a real off-roader. It has all the ingredients that make it one, being good clearance and low-range gearing. But it's easy to be fooled because the Discovery is smooth and friendly, just what this pass isn't. It's a place of broken axles and damaged egos. It's also a place of camaraderie and friendship. Because I'm bringing with me friends experienced at overcoming trails just like this one.
Hi Andrew, how are you? Are you well? Good to see you.
I'll introduce you to them later. But what's more interesting is the vehicles they've brought. They've been especially modified for the job at hand. How long did it take you? Pleasant drive.
Yeah, we had a pleasant drive up.
Now the first thing that they did is they said, oh, we've got a sticker for you. Baboons Pass 2012. But I haven't earned it yet, because these vehicles I know for sure, no doubt about it, they will cover Baboons Pass. But the idea is that not to prove if a rugged, hardcore off-roader could do it, is to prove if a softy, by comparison, off-roader can do it. I have to earn that, and so does the vehicle. But it hasn't just been about worrying if I could get over the pass. It's also been about being in Lesotho. It's been a while since I've been here, and it's just like I remember it. This is the high street of Kong, and Window shopping is very difficult because there is no indication of what each shop sells. So let's try this one, see what they sell here. Moon bags. Oh, nice stuff in here. Frilly underwear, oh, I like those. T-shirts and plastic tablecloths. It's very nice. Very nice indeed. Much more interesting than my local mall. Amazing thing is, whenever I travel in Southern Africa, the moment, and I'm sad to say this, the moment I leave the borders of South Africa, I begin to relax. And I relax because of the people that I find in the countries that border South Africa. Why are they more welcoming? Why are they so friendly? I don't know, but they are. And the moment I cross the border, I relax. Discovery 4 isn't a vehicle that I'm particularly familiar with, and its traction control is very effective, but only if you know how to use it. So to get a head start, I visited the Land Rover Experience close to my home. I attended a day at the Land Rover Experience to learn the system. I would say it was reasonably valuable. I did learn the difference between rock crawl and sand and mud settings on the LR4's traction system, which did prove useful on the track. But significantly though, they didn't teach me something. Well, they actually didn't know it, and that was obvious to me. When I was on the track and really struggling, it took the Land Rover fans in driving the Defenders as my escort vehicle to teach me these techniques to fool the Land Rover's height adjustment system into believing that I was stuck when I wasn't, and elevate and raise the LR4 even more than the maximum high setting. And it was that that enabled the Land Rover to succeed. Without that, it would have failed. So now, tomorrow's the big day. We've spent the day around Kong, seen the falls, enjoyed a little bit of the local colour. Tomorrow we hit Baboons Pass.
I suppose mine probably fit in there with a squeeze.
So the big question is, what pressure to pump my tyres? Now the vehicles travelling with me will be running their huge tyres probably at half a bar. Now because I have low profile tyres, I just can't do that. If I did, my tyres would be destroyed in the first 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is the exact opposite. I'm going to make them very hard. 3 bar in fact. I want to protect them. I don't want my trip to be stopped by damaged tyres. Right now we're off. This is former introduction, my good friend Julian Sneyman, who's been with me on several trips, and we've had a lot of interesting trips together. Normally, off-road, in almost every situation, you let tyre pressures down because that gives you extra footprint, broader footprint, better grip, and also absorbs the impact. But in this particular occasion, because of the low profile tyres, I've only got this much profile on the sidewall of the tyre. Now, if I soften them, it's going to do that. And now I've got very little left. And the problem with that over very, very rocky, lumpy terrain is that tyres doing this, you've got this big bulge, and if you scrape it with a rock, you suddenly destroyed a tyre. Because I want to protect the tyre. But now, because I will have reduced traction, I'm relying on this vehicle's traction control is going to have to do a lot more work because I'm not going to have the grip. So, I don't know if I've made the right decision, but you know, like all of these things, you give it a try and see what happens.
Good luck, mate.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Yep. May Land Rover be victorious.
No, I don't care about the car, I care about me. What did Alan Shepard say when he was in the first American orbit of Earth? Please, Lord, don't let me mess up, or something like that. The actual trail itself, Baboons Pass, actually starts here. But the alternative is to actually go along the river and up a bank there, which just plain is more interesting. I'm kind of letting them decide. They know the area and I don't. The question is, can we all get through? That's the question. It doesn't take us long and we're high over the valley. It looks like somebody has gone in front of us and improved the road. It's like a highway compared to what I expected. Baboons Pass is actually a donkey and cattle pass, not a vehicular pass. And evidence of that is now blocking our way. Not too many places where this It's easy to see that dogs are an integral part of the lives of the herders. One thing that the pass is doing, and that's climbing. Up to now, apart from the river, it's been quite easy. But now I think it gets more difficult because up to this point, the local village down there, they kind of want to encourage people to come here. And this is where Baboons Pass proper starts. But again, this is the easy part. This is the part that earlier, in fact yesterday when we arrived at Romabanta, the lodge we stayed at is just down there. You can actually see it down there. Okay, that's fine. So the campsite on this kind of road is 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours?
The campsite is on this road. If it's good like this, it'll be another 14 Ks.
Yes.
Then we've got 6 Ks of terrible to the campsite. And that'll take 4 to 5 hours.
Ashley Thorne, our guide, has lived in the area for most of his life. So I reckon I should probably take him seriously.
But we need to keep pushing because the challenge is up front.
And he wasn't wrong. Just watching this defender and I'm thinking, what on earth did I get myself into?
Right with your hand, if you can. That's good, that's good. Perfect. Keep going.
Well, I suppose this is what I came here for. The first.
Yeah, these would be perfect.
Rock call. You've got to do this. If you tell me to turn off, you've got to make sure that all of these devices are engaged.
That front wheel must come over that big rock.
We're just going to have a couple of clearance issues here. Fairly substantial ones.
And you keep the front wheel
Well,
here.
the point
We
is
want to
that
pack some more there.
if we go down, we have no choice but to continue.
Oh, absolutely. There's only one way out.
So there's only one way. There is no option not to complete the trail. Once on it, there is nowhere to turn around, so no turning back.
Come up to the top and stop there. Stop.
Rock crawl. Rock crawl and DSC.
Okay. You can't see me now. Can you see me?
All good.
A little bit.
It's going to start coming down. You got correct.
Your front left is going to go back down.
Very
Slowly, slowly, slowly. Beautiful.
The whole vehicle feels like it's tenuous grip, because I'm sure only a few wheels are actually on the ground.
It's going to go back down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Slowly.
Here we go. Okay.
Phase 1 complete.
Phase 1 complete.
Another 15 phases to go.
And that's just this obstacle.
But I am getting used to the vehicle. It's really doing very well.
You know what's amazing about this car? The traction control is, it's not just good, it is brilliant. In a situation like this, it stops you rolling back. I'm not rolling back if I make a mistake or lose traction or something. I'm not rolling back.
We're going to bring it along here, huh? Or not?
No, it's coming straight in.
We're going to get it over the boulder.
We need it maybe a slowly here. Because it's going to
Yeah. Good so spot.
And it's making it so much easier. It really is. I'm just blown away by this traction control in this car.
That said, I've only done a kilometre or so of the rough stuff and I've already dinged the car.
Our first bit of road rash on the... Oh, that's quite bad. It's quite bad, that is.
You missed out the rock a bit.
Slid off it.
No, we slid off it.
We were on it and it actually slid off. It's the first bit of really difficult stuff, and I've now already put a bit of a ding in the car. So anyway,
Time for a quick lunch stop. Oh, maybe that's not such a good idea after all. We decided to cut lunch a little bit short because it's going to rain. One thing I was worrying about more than anything else was a wet track to just add to the problems. It's going to rain. We have to get to the campsite before dark. Driving this in the wet will be bad enough, but if it's dark, it'll be downright dangerous. And then, more bad news.
There's a big rock in the middle of the road,
yes.
and we're going to have to get it out of the road before we can move. But that rock is like a ton's worth of rock.
There are 3 vehicles in our convoy.
Ouch.
Only one has a winch.
We get it aside, or we don't go on.
And the only thing that has a chance of moving that rock is a winch, and a big one. Luckily for us, it's in Mike's lead defender. If it had been on one of the other vehicles, I don't know what we would have done. Bedding down for the night, and it's threatening to rain, which is going to make the track much, much more difficult tomorrow. Tomorrow? We'll worry about that tomorrow. So this is the so-called halfway mark. It's actually not halfway, it's actually 2/3 of the way, and the only place on Baboons Pass where you can actually camp. It's been a huge success today. I've enjoyed it enormously. But you know me, I like my camping to be quick and easy. This is a Campmaster instant tent. And anyway, whatever the way, we will be comfortable and we will be dry.
I'm ready for my green bottle, my bud.
Hurry up, please, Chris.
The road, she's long and rocky.
Master!
Can you just show me where the button is? I'll press the button and this thing will come up to that position.
I don't know if I can help with that one, Master. No, I don't think it's got that. It's a cheap.
Haven't you got any malutis? We haven't even got to the pass yet. Tomorrow.
In the meantime, I've asked Ashley, how did Baboons Pass get its name, considering there are no baboons in Lesotho?
The Sesotho name for the pass is Lachalo Ladi Tsweni.
Okay,
Tsweni is a baboon.
but there are no baboons in here.
Yeah, but there used to be baboons.
Okay,
Okay, there used to be baboons on this pass,
yes.
and further down south of here, a place called Ketani. Those are the last known areas where baboons were found. But obviously baboon and man don't get on too well. So today, yeah, there are no baboons. The European missionary, Father Cosino, who was a French-Canadian, he decided that he wanted access to the outside world by vehicle. And obviously through the Catholic Church and sponsors, I would assume from Canada, they raised enough money to build the road. Now the easiest route for them was to follow the existent bridle path, which was from Ramabanta through Lachalo Laditsweni, Baboons Pass. And in the late 60s that road was built, and that became the first access for vehicles from Ramabanta to Samongkong.
Well, it's early morning. It rained almost all of the night. So of course yesterday we did the first 2/3 of Baboons Pass, which part of it was difficult, part of it, quite a lot of it was actually quite easy, and I've been told that in fact today's piece is the most difficult of all. I have such confidence in the vehicle, although I have actually put a few little dents in it. I have huge confidence in the vehicle, and I can only think that today is going to be tough, but we're going to do it. I have no doubts. Normally at this point I would show you some lovely sunrise shots, but this being Lesotho, we're lucky it isn't snowing. But then again, good friends, good food, and a challenge beckoning, life doesn't get much better. Yesterday's trail did take it out of the vehicle, but it's all cosmetic. At no time did I knock any of the machinery. But things today could be different, because rain is threatening, and the night's rain would have made things very slippery.
Right. Thank goodness this morning it's not raining hard, because I think this last section in the rain would make it 10 times more difficult. Right now I've got to make sure I'm in rock crawl, I'm in low range. I've turned that
Sitting next to me for this trip has been my co-driver and close friend Julian Snyman.
Am I putting my
Keep coming around, keep coming around,
Okay.
keep that's it, that's your line.
So now I'm
Okay.
gonna, what's my line now?
I would keep it on there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Watch your right rear wheel on that rock. But keep it like that, Andrew.
Just a little bit. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. More. Stop. That's great. Well done.
Wheel straight.
We must just try and keep it smooth. We've got to try and keep it smooth. 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 And then the traction control works brilliantly if you keep it smooth. It's made a big difference now with the wet. The traction control is working much harder than it did yesterday. Okay, that's the road there.
fine if I go straight? I'd rather go straight.
Okay, that way. Keep it like that. Wheel straight. Wheel straight. Keep it like that.
I learned something new then. We grounded, right? We were grounded on the left-hand side. Wheel started spinning. Something I wasn't taught at the Land Rover experience. If you then hold down the ride height adjustment, full ride height adjustment, and you push it in, the vehicle senses that you're grounded. Okay, and it said there extension mode. So in other words, it can lift even higher than the maximum height when you're grounded. And you just lifted that about, I don't know, about this much, clear. That's brilliant. Oh, what do I do with my wheels? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm going to bottom. Okay, slowly. You know, this car's got higher clearance than I think. You know that?
Yes.
I'm bottoming it a lot less than I thought I would. That's it.
Just on the.
I'm going to put it.
On the
No, just on the.
Yeah,
Just on
in the
inside,
middle.
yeah.
When I first announced this expedition, lots of people said that I should be wary of Goliath. Now, Goliath is a rock, and it's positioned in such a way that to pass it means that the wheels on the driver's side will be no more than a ruler's length from a 200-foot drop and certain death. Well, I have a feeling it's getting close.
That right? Keep it on that line. This is your edge here where the pole is.
But I was wrong.
Keep it on that line.
Here it is, right in front of me.
Slowly. Perfect. Keep it on that line. No, don't go that way.
The temptation is to always steer away from the drop.
That line, you've got plenty of space. That one. Just keep on that line.
You know, if I could see the 200, 300, 400 foot drop, this would have been a lot scarier. You know that you have no idea the sense of relief that I'm feeling right now.
In what?
Goliath was what everybody was telling me about.
Oh.
That there was a 500-foot drop this far from the front wheel. And there was. Thank goodness for the bushes, because you couldn't actually see it, but it was there.
It looks like it's time to take a break.
Yeah, you've been working harder than I have, I think.
You want your Coke?
Is the Pope Catholic? Are frogs gun shy? Do bears leave deposits in forests?
And it's time to, well, look around, count the daisies. I mean, literally. Look at this place.
I'd love a cup of tea. Ronderbush tea or Thunder Roses? Preferably for me. Let me just see what you've got.
Sure. I think she's the copper.
It's pretty, yeah?
And this is Maluti broth.
That was quite a good intro.
Yes, it was actually. I had to say something immediately after the music stopped. Nice tea. Right now, about a kilometre left of the actual pass itself, and then a fairly easy descent to the main road, where I get my sticker.
The Baboons Pass 2012 sticker spoken of was offered to me before we left the main road, but I didn't take it.
I don't know about you. They offered me one of these stickers for the Discovery. Think I should take it? I don't think so. I haven't earned it. The vehicle hasn't earned it. You know how to make tea taste better? You know how to make tea taste better? You do this. Oxygen, high altitude, tea, nothing better.
Right, that's enough of that silliness. Back to work.
Well, it turns out we haven't finished yet. More ahead. Go, 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 go. Stop, stop, stop. Kick the rocks out again. Rack pocket.
Yeah.
Rock packing time. And it's raining quite heavily now. Right. Huh? That's it. That's it. Okay, go. Just keep going. It won't go anymore. Okay, go. Go. I'm hard over. Okay, go. I don't know, but now I can go.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep going slowly. Slowly.
Get back on here.
Slowly. Okay. Straighten. That's it. Perfect. Just keep going. Where are my wheels? Is that straight?
Just now, so we can get the wheel must go on this rock. Just go straight like this. It's alright. Hang on, wait. Just get a rock in here.
Before today, I would have never have said that a luxury four-wheel drive could have done this. I'm sensing your frustration because there are too many chiefs. Far too many chiefs. Okay. Indra, I need you to go a little bit right hand down. Okay, keep going. That last little piece was the scariest of this entire trip, because all I could see was the 500-foot drop and bonnet and sky, nothing else. And I had to trust everybody who was saying, oh, you got this meter, you got a meter, don't worry. And they were telling me to gun it when I've got a meter ahead of me. So that was a bit scary, actually. And we're really struggling. A lot of rock building.
Sometimes I do feel a little bit awkward sitting in the luxury of this car.
This, it turns out, is the most difficult section.
While everybody else is really putting their backs into it.
So close to me this side, but there's the end. I mean, I can see the end.
Perfect, just keep it like that. Perfect. Well done. Over. Very nice. Go, baby, go!
Thank you.
There you go.
You're a man! Right. Yeah. There, we did it. That last little bump on the side that we sorted.
Once you conquer the Malutis, you get rewarded not with champagne, Maluti Premium Lager. Only made, brewed in Lesotho.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for a brilliant couple of days. They're not listening.
Share magic.
These are lovely little cameras, and they have other uses as well. Let's see how good the suction is really.
Well done, man. Well done. It's your first time, eh? 4x4.
Alright, use for what?
GoPros, multi-purpose cameras.
Well, I think your vehicle now qualifies for the Baboons Pass sticker.
Yes.
2012.
Right. I'm going to stick one of them here and the other one on the car. Howdy, howdy. I only wish repairing the car was quite this easy.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. We've done it.
To Land Rover.
To Land Rover.
Two baboons.
It's amazing to consider that a vehicle that's actually built primarily for city use can do that. Think about that. The Discovery, yeah, it's got all of those other qualities, but 99% of people use them. They use them in the cities, and they're very good city cars. Personally, I don't like all the automation, maybe because I'm just not terribly used to all the automation. But what amazed me, I think, more than anything else on this particular trip, the automation helped me enormously. Because in my experience with off-road driving, low-profile tires are a disadvantage. Low-profile tires at 3 bar, now you've got a serious disadvantage. And guess what? I had no disadvantage at all. Traction-wise, I wasn't spinning my wheels any more than these other 2 Defenders. No more. That's amazing. So the Discovery as a package is not designed for this. We dinged it and the others didn't. That's proof. But isn't it amazing that it can actually do it if you ask it to do it? I am astonished. And to be honest with you, some of my preconceived ideas about 4-wheel drives, they've been knocked about a bit in the last few days.